Ever been to a science center for a school field trip or with your family? If so, you might remember they had some cool IMAX documentaries about scuba diving, deep space, wildlife, amongst other things. What I didn't realize was that IMAX is actually bringing some of them to regular audiences on the big screen. Blue Angels about the real-life flight demonstrators, Wings Over Water to celebrate Earth Day, and the one I saw, Deep Sky, about the creation, launch, and mission of the JWST, a telescope orbiting 1,000,000 miles away from Earth in order to view other galaxies that have existed since the dawn of time but have never been seen by the human eye until now, study the planets within them and determine if they're habitable for humanity, and hopefully answer the question whether there are other forms of life amongst us. If there's any reason to see this on IMAX, it's for the CGI recreations of the JWST's mission. You know you're looking at digital effects, but they're still visually arresting with the bright, vibrant colors, the massive scope, and use of sweeping camera angles that make space look beautiful. The emotional hook of it comes from intersplicing footage of the construction of the JWST from 2016 to its launch on Christmas of 2021, seeing real archive footage of NASA employees, average civilians witnessing the events, and interviews from those involved brought to tears at the scientific advancements that they had the opportunity to be a part of. That and the musical score, which gives you that ambient feeling of being in outer space. Hell, there's a moment that actually felt pretty tense watching a POV of a meteor collision and listening to NASA employees commentate on it. At first, Michelle Williams seemed like a strange choice for a narrator, but right from the get-go, her voice is simultaneously soothing and stern, and the script she's reading from does a good job at explaining the evolution of outer space in a way that's easy to understand without dumbing it down for anyone. The one thing that does make it kind of unremarkable is that it's only 40 minutes long. It's clear they shot footage over the course of 5 years, and I do find it strange that they didn't dedicate a third of the documentary to trial and run errors of building the JWST, the second act being the launch, and the third, the discovery of these brand new worlds. And don't get me wrong, they technically do that here, but a lot of the construction is streamlined with time lapses, and you don't really see the engineers all that stressed out anyways. You mostly get the reactions of them achieving success. And you need to understand the stakes of possibly failing at this mission, given that it's a $10 billion mission at that. And with all the people they interviewed or job shadowed, only 2 or 3 of them really stand out because of the interesting facts or emotional responses to their missions, which I feel there were definitely a lot more reactions like that they could have shared. It's not as impactful as it could have been, but as a 40-minute lecture about a mission or aspect of outer space I've never heard of before, it was a decent enough experience. Here's hoping IMAX continues to make more cinematic documentaries about fascinating and unknown true-life stories that can make a niche little market of its own.